I'm 17. Yes, I'm a dropout. I'm a failure. I also collect $300,000 a month in revenue. And today, I wanted to give you guys a treat. So I decided to upload an entire sales call, unedited, with a prospect who literally friggin' lied to me about his income, how much money he was making, and I still closed it. And now we're gonna change his life. And if you don't know who I am, my name's Andres, and a year ago, I was just a normal ass high school student. I was a junior in high school, literally so broke, I was borrowing money from my parents and just going to parties every week and fucking around. Fast forward 1 year, I've scaled multiple businesses. I've gotten mentored by some of the top people in the online money space, like Eddie Malouf, Yash Gajar, Matt Ryder, even Jeremy Minor, just to name a few. And recently, I've been getting a lot of DMs of people being like, Andres, the clips on Instagram, they're great, but I just can't put this shit together. I just can't put it all into one. And so if you're a business owner or a sales rep making under 50K a month, get ready. This shit about to be good.
So I guess you tell me, how can I help? What can I do for you?
Right now I'm in door-to-door sales. It's an
The
okay gig
classic.
for me right now.
Okay.
I have to be very aggressive with it, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to look for something different. I've never done the DM thing before. I'm honestly just wanting to try it out, see if I'm good at it. I mean, I'm willing to put in the hours to be as good as I can with it and become my own boss. Basically, is
Wait,
my whole goal.
and what is your intent behind like trying to get into DM setting? Like, what are you looking to get out of
Uh,
it?
Me, just another skill I can have in my tools,
And what do you
and
want to
something
get
I
from that
can
skill?
uh hopefully something like a long-term goal of mine is to hopefully be making 5K a month or so and to
That's a
become my own
long-term
boss.
goal?
Not a long-term goal, but like to start off, hopefully.
Okay. How much are you making now?
Me, well, for sales, I'm on commission. So anytime I make a sale, I make like $1,000.
Okay, and how many sales do you make like per month average?
Per month, I would make like 10 to 12.
Okay. So like last month, how much did you make, for example?
Last month, I made $12,000.
Okay. Wait, so I'm confused. How is the goal to make 5K a month, but you're making 10 to 12?
That's like on a good month. That was last month. That was like the only time I actually made $12,000. I usually
Okay.
like since it's pretty hard for like I mean the windows I'm selling it's like for the whole house, so a lot of people aren't interested in that. So I'll
You
usually
saying you
get
do
like one to
Windows?
two. Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, I thought you were doing solar or something or pest. Okay, so you do Windows and you did 12K last month. What about the month before that? Where were you at?
Month before that, I did like 2K.
Oh wow, okay, really? And where are you
Yeah.
at for this month so far?
Huh?
Where are you at for this month so far? Commissions.
This month, right now, I'm at 2K right now. I made two
Oh,
sales.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
So the
A
average
lot
isn't
of
really
people are.
12. It's more
Yeah.
like okay,
A
three or
lot of people. Yeah. A lot of people aren't
okay.
too interested in that.
Okay. Well, that depends on what? On your sales skills. They're
Yeah.
interested in that. That's your job, right? How long have you been doing door to door?
Me, I've been doing it for 4 months.
4 months. And what caused you to get into it in the first place?
I started doing Honda sales. I
Okay.
like doing that with cars and all of that. I was very interested in that. And
Right.
then I don't know, I kind of want to get more to like talk to people and get out of my comfort zone. And door to door
Fair
is a
enough.
very pretty big jump from that.
Definitely
Yeah,
gets you out of your comfort zone. Yeah, yeah, okay,
yeah.
fair enough. And do you like it? Like I guess besides maybe not making the money you want to make, making like 4 or 5 grand a month average, do you like kind of like that role I guess you're in like now though?
Uh, I would say so. I like being able to meet new people.
Okay.
But it kind of sucks having all those no's, but like I don't really take them personally, just
Okay,
because
fair
like I
enough.
know it comes with the job.
And besides like getting to meet new people, because I think that's important for sure. Like
Yeah.
what else do you like about it specifically?
Just being able to talk about products, giving them more information about what the product I'm selling, if I do get the chance to talk to them about it.
Okay.
Um,
So
that's
being able to help
basically
them
it.
really,
Yeah,
inform them.
just like helping
Okay.
others. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like it's going terrible then. I guess like is there anything you would change about either like the role itself or like the I guess the financial like time aspect from it? Like if you could then?
So when I started doing door to door, I
Yeah.
actually wasn't trained at all. They kind of just gave me a script, and I kind of had to like go in there without
Figure it out.
knowing anything. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
just looked a lot of stuff on YouTube. So I feel like it took a lot of time for me, just like
Mm.
learning all like the ropes and stuff without actually in the proper training, which I wish I would
Okay.
have had.
Okay. And what about now? Because that's when you started. Like,
Yeah.
what would you change about it now? Like in this moment?
Uh, Probably. I mean, I wouldn't really change a lot about it. Probably I
You
wish
wouldn't
that
change
I'd
anything
be
about it?
selling. I would wish I'd be selling more of it for sure, and people were way more interested in the product. But
Okay. So it sounds like you change your skill set and like the money you make from it then, I
yeah,
guess. Okay. Like you making more income, because I know you've mentioned that a couple of times. You making more money, like why is that so important to you like now though?
that's important to me because I mean I'm 21 and I live with my parents, and
Okay.
I've been wanting to get out of my parents' house for a while. And in Utah, it's pretty expensive out here, so I'm trying to find something
Okay.
I could do to hopefully grow my money
Right.
worth and hopefully become financially free. That's my whole goal, is to become financially free.
How much would it cost you to be able to get your own place, do you think, in Utah?
How much it would cost? Probably like, well, for a good apartment, probably like 5K or so.
Okay. And how far are you from that now?
Uh, I'm like, I would say 5 or 6 months away from that.
Okay. So I meant more in terms of income though. So like you did 12K last month, but your average
Yeah.
kind of across has been like 3K a month, sounds like.
Yeah, 3K.
Okay. So you need to get that up to 5K to be able to afford the place. And then how much more would you need on top of that to be able to afford like food and everything else? Like all your
I would need
expenses.
all my expensive, probably around, I would say 7K a month or so.
Okay. So you need 7K a month to be able to move out on your own. And then if you want to save, then you need more on top of that. But right now you're averaging like 3 or 4. So you're not really able
Yeah.
to move out. That makes sense. So I guess just so I see kind of like your point of view then, but like what's I guess the reasoning of like looking for more advanced training from somebody like me, Russell, or Yash, rather than just kind of like, I don't know, doing the free shit online, watching YouTube videos, telling yourself you're gonna become a millionaire. Like, why not just do that?
Um, I mean, personally, I mean, all of that's good stuff, but I feel like a lot of it's bullshit. And I
Okay.
want someone who can like actually like give it to me straight, who's actually being successful right now, doing what he's doing. I just want one-on-one, well, yeah, one-on-one connection so I can actually learn
Mm,
more about it than having like the whole world, like everyone
right.
on YouTube figuring it out just from this one video or so.
So it sounds like accelerating that process then, rather than just kind
Yeah,
of guessing. Okay, so then I guess
yeah.
in regards to that, like before you and I were kind of speaking, like were you, I guess, out there looking for other ways to get more of that kind of like one-on-one guidance, mentorship, so you could like make more money online? Like what were you actually doing about that?
I've been honestly, I've just been looking on YouTube and all that, and then yesterday I actually saw your page pop up on my Instagram, and I was like, okay, this looks really interested. So I just
Okay.
signed up, and I was
So
wanted to
you
see
haven't
if I
done
could
anything in
hope.
the past besides just
No,
YouTube? What's
no.
prevented you? I'm curious.
Honestly, I just didn't know where to honestly look.
Okay, can I make a suggestion? Can I be real with you for a sec?
Yeah,
I'm a big believer in that saying of like, if there's a will, there's a way.
yeah,
Because like when I was 16, for example, I'm 17 now, right? When I was 16, back when I was in high school and all that stuff, I got to 30K a month when I was 16. And it was through obviously guidance. I got multiple mentors, etc. Because when there's a will, there's a way. And for me, there was
yeah,
a strong enough will. So I was willing to forget about school, willing to forget about my old friends, willing to sit alone at lunch and just work with the right people around me. So my
yeah.
question to you is, I guess like, what's actually prevented you from like having that will to actually go out there and like find the right person for you?
What's preventing me?
You can think about it for a minute if you need. It's a hard
Yeah.
question.
Um, I mean, personally, like I'm just very scared to fail, and
Okay.
I feel like,
I appreciate the honesty, by the way.
no, yeah, I feel like people would probably just let me down or something, and I would be in, and then all alone and be in my rock bottom, and that's
That's real.
something I don't want to be.
Can I make a suggestion though?
Yeah,
It's kind of like, because I've gone through that as well. Like when I first started, for example, like I invested every dollar I had and I had to borrow money from my parents when I first
yeah,
invested in myself. I was that broke, right? And it's kind of like the way I always thought about it is it's like if you were going to go to the beach tomorrow, right? You don't
yeah,
know the weather at the beach until you get there. You can check the weather app, but has it ever been wrong? Yeah.
yes,
So if you only ever went to the beach when it was guaranteed that it was going to be sunshine and rainbows, beautiful weather, would you ever even go to the beach? No, because there's no guarantees in life except for death and taxes.
yeah,
Same way for you, if you're only ever going to invest in yourself or actually get guidance so you can learn a skill set when it's completely certain, a complete guarantee that it will work, would you ever get that guidance and invest in yourself? No. So then the question I have for you is like that mindset that you've had these past couple of months, past couple of years of like not wanting to do something or like look into it because of that fear of failure. What position has that put you in?
it's definitely put me in a very depressed state for sure. Just not knowing where to go in my life, not knowing what directions to take, because I'm not confident enough to take that leap of faith.
So then the question I have for you, man, is like, are you willing to hold on to that old way of thinking or actually step into like a new one that gets you better results?
I want to step into a new one that gives me better results.
Because what do you think happens if you carry the old one that's put you in this position?
I'll be stuck in the same place.
Same case. So are you actually open to like me holding you accountable to like changing that old way of thinking and like switching into that new one that gets you success, even if it's hard?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I am.
Because I think about it kind of like this. There's a really, really big difference between like wanting something versus actually doing what it takes, even when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable to actually get it. Because like, for example, for you, like say like 6 months down the line, where do you kind of want to be at in terms of like, say like a monthly income goal, for example?
Monthly income goal. My goal is hopefully 10K a month. Um,
Okay, cool.
10K a
I
month
think that's
being in my yeah,
consistently, right?
yeah, consistently 10K.
Okay. This is kind of like if you had Usain Bolt, right? And you told him to run a 100-meter dash, that motherfucker gonna run fast, right?
Yeah,
You stick a lion behind him, chasing him down, he's gonna run even faster. Because the most successful people in life, they have the strong pull in front of them that pulls them forward, and they also have the strong push from behind, the consequence to failure, the combination of
yeah.
the two. Like for you, for example, let's start with pull. You being in that position where you're making 10K a month consistently 6 months from now, like what's different for you at that point specifically?
Specifically, I'm trying to reach a goal of mine. I'm trying to, I guess, move out of my house, become a better man, become someone who's more mentally stronger than the person I was before this.
And you being mentally stronger, like what would that allow you to do? Like imagine yourself walking down the street every day and like you're that guy, you're that fucking guy. You have that mindset. You're strong. You've done what you said you were going to do. Like, what would that person feel like?
I mean, personally, he wouldn't really care what people thought about him. He would just love himself.
So love of himself. That's what you'd
Yeah,
care.
yeah,
Okay. And what would that tangibly? Because I think there's the stuff you can do for yourself. The most successful people, they have stuff outside of them that drives them. Because then if you wake up tired, you wake up annoyed, frustrated, whatever it is, it doesn't matter because you're not doing it for you.
yeah,
So like in your situation, besides being able to feel that sense of like strength, that sense of love for yourself, right? And like besides being
yeah.
able to get your own place, etc. Like what would that allow you to do for like other people, people around you,
Uh,
the world?
it helped me and my brother out a lot. Me and my brother, I mean, my brother's my best friend. He's living at
I love
home
that.
too, and I would want him to get out with me just because I love him that much, and I want him to be successful just like I am.
That's
So
beautiful.
he's a big motivator of mine.
I love that. And then on the flip side, I guess, because again, there's the pull and then there's also the push, the consequence to failure. On the flip side, what actually happens if we continue down the current trajectory with the same skill set, the same mindset, where like we have that stress, right? We're not able to do what we want, like take care of the people around us. What happens if that continues for the next 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, even 2 years? Like, what does that look like?
Uh, I feel like I'd just be down in a huge hole. Just
Mm,
not knowing. Well, yeah, just not knowing what to do with my life. Even if I have like I guess I am getting the tools, but I still have the same mindset of what I have right now.
mm,
I feel like I'm doing it all for nothing.
mm. And then you feeling like you're doing it all for nothing, and like just being kind of in the same position, like how would that person feel?
Just sad, lonely, and probably depressed.
Okay. And besides the feeling, like what would your life actually look like on a day-to-day basis? Like what would be a typical day at that point?
Probably the same thing. Just waking up in my parents' house. I mean, I go to the gym just because it helps a little bit, but doing that, go to the gym, go door to door sales, and then come back home and repeat the day.
Mm, okay. I know what you mean. And this will sound like an obvious question, but it's really not. Like, are you are you willing to settle for that?
No, I'm not willing to settle for that.
Because there's always going to be the new year, new me guy, right? Like start diet on a Monday.
Yeah,
Like why actually change that now? Because you haven't for the past couple of months.
yeah. I want to change that because I don't know. There's more in me than I know, and I want to have the best me to come out. And I'm tired of just being lazy and sitting around watching other people
Mm.
go ahead of me while I could be ahead of them.
Because whose responsibility is it at the end of the day?
It's my responsibility.
Exactly. Right. Because here's what I'll say, bro. It's kind of like, again, I'm 17. Like I realistically don't need money, right? I need 10K a month for my expenses, maybe 5K a month for like coaching, consulting, whatever it is. And that's all covered by like my software company and everything else. Um, this is more of like a like like a, like a passion for me. It's like my baby in a sense,
Yeah,
right? It's my way of giving back to the world because like I can donate, I can go to the charities and all that stuff. But if I can mentor 10 people to get to that same level of success where they can all give back, then it's like a spider web effect. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The ripple,
yeah,
the impact on the world. And so what I care about, man, like it's not where people are at now. Like, I get it. Stuff happens, life happens. You've had a certain mindset. Your finances are not straight, right? I get that, and I don't care about that. What I care about is people's heart, who they are as a person. Because if they're the right kind of person, I know I can help them, and I can help them do those big things. But if they're the
yeah,
wrong kind of person, they're just going to poison everybody else. And in you, like, don't get me wrong, there's things that we need to work on, 100%, which is okay. That's why we're here. But
yeah,
fundamentally, I can see that you have a good heart, right? And you want to help people, your brother, etc.
yeah,
So I love that. So like from my point of view, I'm perfectly fine with accepting you to the mentorship So if you want, I can show you a little bit more of like how it actually works, what it looks like. That way, like you get a better feel of like if you feel it'll help you as well. Would that be
All
helpful?
right, perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
will that be okay?
Yeah, for sure. Let's do that. We can try and figure something else out. Let me think. How much do you have saved up in total? Then we'll go over bills in
Me?
a second. Yeah.
My account, I have like 300 or so.
Okay. And how
But
much do
in
you have in your
total,
savings?
my savings, let me check. I have like 6,000.
Okay. And how much are you gonna have to pay in expenses in the next month? Because after that, I know you'll be making money, but like in the next month, how much are you gonna have to pay in expenses?
Uh, Probably like 1,000.
Okay, 1,000. So it's pretty standard, like 1,000 a month.
Yeah.
Okay, let me think. So 1,000. So okay, I want to give you 2 months of leeway, so that's 2,000. Let me think. And how much do you have in your checkings? You said
7,000.
in your checkings or in your savings?
In my savings, I have 7,000. In my checking, I have 300.
Okay, what if we do this? Because for you, it seems to be all about the finances, right? Essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, because can I offer a perspective for you? Because I'm on your team here. Like, I want to
Yeah.
help you. You not having the money, or you having the money, but like not a lot to where like you don't want to spend it, is that a problem, or is that a symptom of the problem of you not having the skills?
I guess it's a symptom of the problem.
Symptom of the problem. It's kind of like if you left a sink running and it overflowed onto the outside, and then you just for an entire day took a towel and started trying to clean the fucking outside and just kept overspilling. What would you tell that
Yeah.
person?
Uh, do something different.
Yeah, don't be an idiot. Turn off the fucking sink.
Yeah.
Same thing. Right now, you're trying to fix the symptom, which the symptom is you not having the money. You not having money.
Yeah.
You're focused on the symptom. But rather than being focused on the symptom, what we got to fix is the problem. Because the problem is you not having the skills.
Yeah.
Right? You not turning that sink. Because what happens if you keep not having the skills and you keep trying to just fix the symptom?
I'm just gonna be stuck in the same place.
Same shit. And what would that mean for you?
Uh, I guess I'll be the same person I am today.
Same person. Right? So like, here's what I'll tell you. Like, again, I can try and split it up with you. I don't mind. I want to help you at the end of the day. I can see you have a good heart, right? At the end of the day. So I'm okay with
Yeah.
that. But at the end of the day, what you have to realize is like, no matter what, it's not going to be comfortable. Because the hardest things in life give you the biggest returns. You go to the gym, it sucks for a little bit. Now you start to like it. Now you get strong. You say you like going to the gym. Same thing.
Yeah.
The hardest things in life get you the biggest returns. But the thing about them being hard is that they're also uncomfortable. So no
Yeah.
matter what, we could split it up. We could do whatever. It's not going to be comfortable for you. I can promise you that. Because if it was, I'd be worried. And I'll tell you you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah, it does.
So let's do this. So, okay, because again, I get it. Like it's a bit of a scary situation for you, which is completely fine. Let's do 2,500 up front, and then we can do the other 2,500 after 45 days. Right now, I understand obviously you only have like 200 in your checkings or whatever. So we can just do like $200 or whatever. I'll get you started. I'll get you in, whatever it is. I don't care. I believe in you. I have faith in you. Right. And then from there, you can transfer the other 2,500 into like your checkings or whatever, and then we can do that. Cool.
All right, perfect.
Okay, let's do that.